Sometimes when family comes to visit us at our house, if they're up for a vigorous hike, we'll suggest walking out our back door and trekking straight up the mountain. We step over the moribund barbed wire that marks the rear line of our land, and the slope quickly cranks up to an angle that gets everybody panting. Among the poplar and oak trees that form a perforated ceiling, a series of fin-shaped granite outcroppings support fringy colonies of ferns. If it's spring, we step carefully over bluets and pennywort in bloom, and I like to spot the fierce-looking new shoots of black cohosh unfurling darkly from the duff. When we gain enough elevation and turn around to look at the view, the lime green of new poplar leaves is laced by the frothy mauve of flowering redbud trees in the understory. Here we brush, I catch myself believing, against something more basic. There is great satisfaction and comfort in the fiction that beneath the seasonal round, this place is always the same, an Eden on the mountain. On the small acreage of our property, my children grow older, we build and tear down, we adopt new habits and technologies. But beyond that barbed wire, I look for things to continue in a cyclical dream time. I know I rely on this notion because when anything does change in the woods, like the new gravel road lined with lots marked for houses that we reach at the top of our climb, I take it as a desecration. I stand apart from myself in these moments, observing my own reaction. Look at the indignation. Look at the wounded possessiveness. Some part of me is offended by evidence of human history's linear arc. Another part of me knows that timelessness is a worn-out trope. Longing for Eden might even be dangerous if it blinds us to the history that's currently unfolding around us. Every tree in these woods is a product of history. When my house was built in 1932, there may have been tall trees on the mountainside, or no trees at all, or brushy young saplings filling in a space that had been logged. Our amnesia about how such places used to look is striking, given how well most of us could distinguish, say, ladies' fashions of the Depression from those of the 60s. Whatever were the conditions on this mountain when our house was new, they were probably different from what I see now on our walks. There are plenty of clues about the contingencies of time here. ATV trails, aging deer stands, rusting mid-century truck beds lodged above the creek, fallen, rotting trunks, a new picnic table installed near a waterfall by a developer hoping to sell parcels of land for vacation homes. Game cameras strapped to trees, day-old deer pellets, the bleached shell of a box turtle, the slow shapes of the rocks.